Okay, so we're back with the Hall Effect power chair type stick that I showed earlier, hoping to do some prototyping with. I was kind of between nightmares at the time right now, so I decided to take a look at it real quick. The cap yanks off, this yanks off, and you've got the shaft there with the spring, which I think I showed before. Then you have the PCB on the back, everything unlabeled, of course. It comes with a little cable. So I said, well, I wonder how I could take this apart to at least figure out what the wiring is like. Because I'm going to warn you, and this is from hard experience, the color codes that are on a lot of these devices have absolutely nothing to do with what you would normally think they would be. You'd think, oh, red power, black ground. No, don't make that assumption, especially on this stuff. I found because they make these cables over and over and over again, and they make like a bazillion of them, so everybody seems to switch their design to match the cable versus the other way around. Anyway, enough of that rant. What I found is that this is just press fit, and I used a teeny tiny screwdriver and very, very, very carefully pry it around, pry it around, pry it around, and fortunately it pops right out without any sort of hassle. Now on the joystick side, you can see there, that's the little magnet, and right there is the Hall effect. And on the opposite side of the connector, there are the four pins coming through. Let me zoom it in just a little bit more. Those are the four connectors coming through, and two of them are labeled as out two and out one, which that's pretty handy, but they don't map the power and the ground. So I just went probing around with continuity, and I hit a ground point that I accidentally exposed while I was prying, and then I hit either that one or that one until I got continuity, and I figured out what the continuity was. The other interesting part that I saw with this is that look at this. There's a header connection there, but there's nothing here. Oh, but look, they put a quality control sticker over it. Well, look at that. You pull off the quality control sticker and you have access to that. So you could either go in through here, through these pins if you want to solder it, if you want to use the connector, which I'll probably use the connector. I try to use connectors when I can. Use the connector. And then, so what I found was on this one, and I'll plug this back in so you can see the goofy color coding. What's black here, over here, is, let's see, let's see, I can't even read my writing. It's already kind of blurring away. 2, yeah, 2. So black is 2, red is 1, white is power, and yellow is ground. So I tested that. I hooked this up. I gave it a little temporary power source, and then I checked the resistance between ground and I'm sorry, I'm all confused because the colors are different between ground and O1 and O2, and I was getting reasonable values. By reasonable values, I mean I was feeding this thing 3 volts, real low voltage to be safe. And then I moved a stick around and I saw it swinging between a low voltage and a high voltage. So it swung, I think it was like 0.02 volts up to about 2.8 volts. So that's what you would normally see in a potentiometer, a mechanical one. And I determined that the O1 is in this direction and the O2 is in this direction. So O2, O1. So far, this actually looks pretty promising. What I'll probably do is I'll redo this cord, or I have a whole bunch of either pre-made ones or I make my own, crimp my own of these, and I'll pop these out and wire it to colors that make more sense to me. Black is ground sort of thing. maybe tying into here. I don't know. I haven't mapped all of these pins. It looks like some of them are for programming the microcontroller that's on here. Ground, I think, is sitting over here. The two outputs are sitting down here. I haven't mapped everything else out. But this is looking pretty promising. So I'm going to try making putting this in an enclosure, hooking it up to a microcontroller, and seeing if I could get reasonable values out of it. At this point, I don't see why not, which would be nice. Now, again, this part in a single part price off of Amazon was $30, so it's automatically going to bump up the price of any joystick I make with this plus 30, just to cover the part cost. But it is Hall effect. It's got a nice metal shaft. I have to figure out some way to do realistic mechanical readings to feel the tension. It feels more tense than the sticks that I use for my big bend and my big float sticks, but less than some others that I've used, if that makes any sort of sense. So this part seems promising. I'm going to actually try to see if I could find this less expensively from a genuine electronics distributor, but this may be just something that I have to buy piecemeal off Amazon, because ordering it direct from China right now is a real hassle. So more to come, but this is promising on this one.